Honourable Ahmed Afzal Ibrahim, Minister of State for Communication, Science and Technology, the Maldives, other Honourable Commonwealth Ministers in attendance, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Rupert McNeill, Chief People Officer and Non-Executive Director, the Cabinet Office, Government of the United Kingdom, Ms. Bernadette Lewis, Secretary General of the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organisation, members of the CTO, chairs, speakers and panellists, delegates from the Commonwealth and beyond. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to this, the 11th Commonwealth Human Resources and ICT Forum and first virtual edition, the theme of which is understanding the new digital normal, fostering organisational readiness in the 21st century. I am pleased to confirm we have received 205 registrations from 45 countries, from the Pacific through to the Americas. To our members in the Pacific, good evening. Good afternoon to our members in Asia. And good morning to our delegates in Africa, Europe, the Caribbean and Americas. We are now also live on Facebook through the CTO Facebook page. Now, with all formalities observed, I wish to hand over to Secretary General Lewis, who was appointed in August 2020 and is the first female Secretary General of the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organisation. A national of Trinidad and Tobago, Secretary General Lewis was also the first female Secretary General of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, the CTU, a role that she held for over a decade. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. On behalf of the Chairman and members of the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organization, I welcome you to this 2021 edition of the Commonwealth Human Resources and ICT Forum, which has as its theme, understanding the new digital normal, fostering organizational readiness in the 21st century. The rapid pace of technological innovation has erased constraints of space and time, facilitating real-time interactive multimedia communications and ushering us into the age of the fourth industrial revolution, in which the digital, physical, and biological realms coalesce. These changes have been altering perceptions and dispositions of workers, the very nature of work, the work environment, and actually leaving us to contemplate what the future of work would be. It is for this reason the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organization instituted the Commonwealth Human Resource and ICT Forum in 2005 to raise awareness and educate on the trends in information and communication technologies and their potential to transform the work environment, the nature of work, and the workforce. The CTO recognized the need for human resources and the ICT practitioners and professionals who were involved in capacity building and fostering organizational change to have such insight. Now, fast forward to 2021. The ICT revolution has been changing the world, dismantling the traditional frameworks that govern the way we live and work. And now, the COVID-19 pandemic has catapulted us into an era of individual insecurity, business calamity, multi-sectoral crises, economic turmoil, and great uncertainty. This is our new collective normal. These phenomenal changes are impacting the work environment in dramatic ways. And my own onboarding as the Secretary General of the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organization is an instructive example of the emerging work environment and reflects many of the themes and sub-themes of this forum. I could not have conceived of joining a global organization remotely from Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. I have never physically met my staff. They are in London and working from home. Technology has certainly changed the way that the CTO works now. And we have had to adopt innovative ICT platforms and technologies. The technological tools and facilities, the cloud had to be provided to connect me to my staff and to ensure that the staff could continue performing their duties. We were experiencing issues that were debilitating to the smooth operation of the Secretariat, and we had to arrange online training. We also had to develop the means to reinforce the learnings with the members of staff. At staff meetings, I would stress the principles that were put forward during the training sessions. And I asked the staff with issues to meet informally and apply the learnings of the training to resolve their issues. This was an integrated approach to capacity building for operational effectiveness. I found that much of my time was spent speaking and encouraging members of staff as the isolation of lockdown restrictions took its toll and COVID fears for the family members and friends abroad arose. I spent a lot of time speaking to the HR manager, and now in retrospect, I recognize that we were indeed rethinking work and the HR function. All of these things were happening simultaneously as we strove to maintain the operational effectiveness of the CTO Secretariat. There is much to be done to ensure that the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organization is relevant in this era of uncertainty and ready and able to support our members as they navigate the turbulent waters of health crises, economic contagion, geopolitical change, climate change, and inevitably the challenges that will arise in our collective future. So I'm looking forward in this forum to developing a roadmap for organizational readiness. More than ever, human resources and ICT practitioners need a foundation of understanding of the technology trends, their impact on the HR management function, and the implications for organizational effectiveness. So I'm very glad that so many of you from around the world have joined us today. I am looking forward to a time of active engagement with speakers and panelists and a rich discussion that would guide us in all of our work going forward. My hope is for a rewarding and impactful forum. So I thank you all.
Thank you, Madam SG. Now, the next part of this program is in two parts. We have a keynote address and we have a Q&A afterwards. So I would invite all delegates to use the Q&A facility. Any questions in the chat room won't be answered. So if you look at the bottom of your Zoom facility, you can see a Q&A button. Whilst Mr. McNeil, and I'll introduce him in a minute, is speaking, if you could put your questions there, and that will help me in the after his speech to look through and present the questions that are there. Okay, so thank you. So